Let's put our hands together for Kent Marita.
Thank you. I'm so exhausted. Okay, so ADHD is what I have, okay? And I was like, okay, Virginia invited me to this thing, and it's Asian American Pacific Islander History Month. That's me. My name is Kent Marita. Okay, anyway, so I was like, okay, I want to talk about the intersection of... Yeah! Fuck! Okay. I wanted to talk about the intersection of being Asian and ADHD. Venn diagram. And I wrote everything that I wanted to, talk about today, and I started to read it out loud, recorded it, and put a timer on, and I'm supposed to be under 10 minutes, and the timer went off like 1/3 of the way in, okay? And this, what I'm saying right now is not on the script, and this takes 10 minutes. So I'm freaking out. So, what I wanted to do was talk about my identity as a Japanese American, child of immigrants, how that gives me a lot of pressure, okay? And how that feeds into the self-medication of adrenaline that I use, which is the only neurotransmitter I have between dopamine that I have none of, and adrenaline. Okay, so I'm an adrenaline junkie. Okay, that's what I do. And the great thing about society is that when you sign up for a bunch of shit, and you do them in the last minute, they don't care that I scratch myself. I go crazy. I bleed. I eat too much. I binge. Society doesn't fucking care. They don't fucking care, and they're like, oh, you did a great job. Can we give you more shit to do? So when Virginia was like, I have the show, I was like, I'll do it. Because it is my destiny to talk about being Asian and having this fucking show. So I wanted to talk about... This doesn't even make fucking sense anymore. Because I sent this slide deck to Virginia at 8:07 a.m. today. I set an alarm at 5 a.m. to write this fucking thing, and doesn't, oh my God. Okay, so I wanted to talk about my parents. This is like 1989, I think they met, and, fuck, of course they met. Okay, and what happened? Oh, yeah. Incredible luck. Okay. The way my parents came to America, my mom and my grandmother went on a TV game show, and that's guessed the price of a pickled plum that was 50 years old, exactly, which gave them 2 tickets to Singapore, which they were like, can we trade that in for a ticket, 1 ticket for America? And my dad took that ticket, came to America, found a job interview, convinced him that a work visa was in order, that he's valuable. He got the job. My mom came over, and work visa is the way they work. No more job, no more visa, you gotta go home. Doesn't matter, my mom won the green card lottery immediately, which is a 1 in 75 chance, harder to get into than Harvard, like 3 times, right? Luck. Fucking luck. They had $60. 18 years later, I was able to go to NYU, which cost $60,000 a year. This is a fucking American dream. Virginia. My cortisol levels are... Thanks so much. I love your mom and dad. Which brings me to Hook, which makes fucking sense. Okay, in this scene, Robin Williams is painted like a shitty guy because he can't make my baseball game. Do you know how many events I've invited my parents to? Maybe 1 or 2 a year. I did jazz band, I did track and field. They'd never seen me done track and field. I did musicals, I did everything. Why? Because I don't want to fucking ruin the Morita family's luck. They're working. I was a latchkey kid, which meant that they never saw this while I was struggling every night. But I just couldn't bring myself to invite them to shit because that was throwing away the chance, right? Here in Caveat, I've been doing comedy for 12 years. This was the first time my parents saw me do comedy. God damn it. This isn't the part that I'm supposed to cry. I rehearsed this. Oh my God. By the way, you could come to the show. Next Friday, Christopher and Grant, I fucking love you guys. Anyway, where are we? We're here. I got 4 minutes left. Now, so what does this sound like? We've been blessed with incredible luck. We're so lucky. I fucking know we're lucky. It sounds like this. You better not fuck it up. And I didn't, okay? I was a star fucking student. I don't know if advanced placement is a thing. I took them all. I was the only kid in the school that did them all. But every assignment, literally everything. You hear ADHD, oh, people procrastinate. It's every assignment. I would wait until forever. And the reason why is because we have low levels of dopamine. Dopamine lets you check off shit and you feel great, right? That's insane to me. Okay, I've made checklists and was stare at it and I'm screaming in my head. I'm like, I fucking need to do it. I had exams that are, papers that are worth 30% of my grade. And I would know 2 months in advance the due date. I would start the night off, obviously. And I remember the fucking pickled plum. I would remember the $60, right? That turned into $60,000 a year. And I, if I don't do this paper, which is a requirement to graduate, I could fuck it all up. That's when I get the hyperfocus. It's a life or death thing. And I always thought that not being able to do the checklist thing was because I'm weak, I'm undisciplined, right? But I hid it from my parents, obviously. And yeah, that was the previous slide, fuck. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This is my hot take. No shit. This describes what this brain manifests if you're a straight white guy. Oh, God. This next slide is gonna look so fucking stupid. God damn it. These people get second chances. And I'm just trying to hold on to that first fucking chance. Does that make sense? So I won't fuck it up. So, when you have this pressure of being obsessed with achievement and productivity, and you have this brain that can only produce things when you tap into adrenaline, it's the shit that makes, mothers muster up the strength to lift the fucking car when their child is in danger. When you need to tap into that to make things happen, like society wants you to do, and you realize that you can only tap into that during a due date, what happens is you sign up for fucking everything. And it sucks to complain, because every chance I get might be the last fucking one. I love you, Virginia. And I'm really grateful, but it's a thing. And what you end up doing is you make every day a due date for something that is more and more and more important. And before COVID, it was fine because at 9 I had to be at an office. And to do that, I gotta leave the house at 8. And then I would work till 6. And fuck, when people asked me out for drinks, I was so fucking happy because that meant I didn't need to do shit, that night. But the moment I come home, I just feel like I gotta be doing something else. It's because I don't wanna fuck it up. But then COVID happened, and everything became remote. It's still this fucking slide. What's the next one? Oh yeah, it's the black one. God damn it. Anyway, I had COVID, not COVID, during COVID, that meant that I could, everybody working from home, that meant that I could actually pack my schedule. I was working 3 jobs in different time zones. I joined a virtual improv team, a virtual sketch team. I organized a joke feedback group of like 40 comedians, writing like 20 jokes a week. I led sessions so like I could like read their jokes and whatever. And the whole idea was that we wanted to get published in The Onion. That fucking happened. But thanks. But anyway, this time I wasn't a latchkey kid. My partner Diana, who I love, noticed, how I was freaking out every night. And, oh man, I'm overdone. Okay, and I noticed that they could make a checklist on Monday and work on Monday. Like, fucking crazy. Like, and so I went to a psychiatrist, and they make you take a test, and he was an East Asian psychiatrist, which really helped. Really because honestly, if a white psychiatrist saw me, like they might have just thought I was just very productive. Like he understood, which was fucking amazing. And he prescribed me Adderall, which in Japan, by the way, is highly illegal. So I'm working with the psychiatrist to figure out ways to not have to use it. But the first day on Adderall, on a work day, my God, it was insane. So dopamine levels are low you take Adderall at the right dose, you just feel normal, whatever normal means, typical and neurotypical. And I wrote a checklist for and it was like 9 a.m. and I was actually like checking these things off and realizing that all that shit, all that guilt was just not really my fault. Was so fucking crazy, right? So I don't know, like my diagnosis was a life changer. And 2 years ago, I got diagnosed, and I just wanted to just leave this by just saying ADHD is underdiagnosed for women and minorities. And my suspicion is that it's because we get one chance. We don't get second chances. And we all know that. So we fucking suppress the hyperactivity. We fucking put on an act every day to fit this idea of productivity. And it just manifests way differently in us. So, yeah. If you feel like, fuck, why can't I do what other people can do? You might want to talk to someone, because it could be life-changing. And that's it.